Hello everyone, welcome back. This is CSEC Now, and I'll be going through this 2023 Caribbean History Paper 1 2023. Without do further, guys, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to turn on the post notifications so when I post further videos, you guys could get notified. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section as well. Without do further, I'm going to jump into the question. Number 1, it says, which of the following statements best explain why the ancestors of the indigenous people migrated to the Americas from their original homeland? And it's because they were following herds of animals which they hunted. Alright? So the answer for number 1 would be B. Alright, guys? Number 2, it says, on which of the following island did both Taino and Kalingo live at the time of the arrival of the Europeans? And they were living Trinidad and St. Vincent. Alright, guys? Number 3, it says ornament worn by the Taino's leader were often made of and were often made by gold. Alright? Number 4, it says the Maya obtained their food mainly by, and you're supposed to know, guys, these Maya that has to do with not basically farming, perhaps trading. They has to do with hunting. Alright. Number 5, it says which of the following statements is best explain why Kalingo's women spoke the Taino language? And it was because Taino women were often captured by the Kalingo warriors. Alright, guys. Number 6, it says Christopher Columbus sailed west mainly because he wanted to find a passage to the east. Alright. Number 7, it says which of the following islands was the first to be settled by the English? And it was St. Kitts. Alright. Number 8, it says the authorities began the practice of allowing the Spaniards to collect tributes from the Indians. In return, the Spaniards has to see that the Indians were protected and converted to Christianity. The practice refers in the statement known as and refers to the encomienda. Alright. Number 9, it says which of the following outcomes is true of Papa Bull's Cathedral 1493? And this one has to do with Papa Bull gave the Spanish legal rights to the Spanish overseas empire. Alright. This one was a new question on the 2023 history paper, guys. This one was a new one. Most of them was repeated. Alright. Number 10, it says which of the following statements were true of the British Caribbean colonies in the 18th century? And it was they were basically imported most of their foods and they depended on heavily trade with the Britons. So the answer is 1 and 2. Number 11, it says in the 1600s Dutch islands in the West Indies were mainly as trading stations. Alright. Number 12, it says which of the following groups of items was used by Europeans for purchase of Africans on the slave coast? And it was gunpowders, iron pots, and beads. Alright, guys. Number 13, it says which of the following situation occurred in Africa as a result of the trade in enslaved Africans? And for this one, it would basically be let me see for this one. It's not reduction of the warfare in the Africa. It would have to be uniting in Africa European rules. And for this one, I will go with D. It's increased importation of European goods. Alright. Number 14, it says the Haitian Revolution started and it started in 1791. Alright. Number 15, it says one fact about the enslaved person in the British Caribbean is that they were by their owners farm and small provision grounds. They were encouraged perhaps by their owners to farm on small provision grounds. Number 16, it says which of the following were consequences of the Haitian Revolution? And this one was all the enslaved were freed. All the Malito were wiped out, left the island perhaps? No, none of the Malito left the island, so it has to do with all the enslaved Africans were freed and the colony gained political independence. So the answer is 2 and 3. C. Alright. Number 17. So it said, which of the following person was not a leader of the enslaved Africans in the Asian Revolution? And it was Duvalier. Alright? Duvalier. That name is funny. Anyways, number 18. In 1763, a major uprising of enslaved Africans took place in the Dutch colony of, and it took place in Berbice. Alright guys, let me know how much you get, guys. Comment in the comment section. Let me know how much you get. Alright, let me know. Number 19. It says the expedition sent by Napoleon to Saint Domingue in 1801 under the leadership of Lee Clarence was intended mainly to, and it was to restore the French control. Alright. Number 20. It says which of the following practices was not similarity between Maroons of Jamaica and the Maroon of Suriname? And this one was signing peace treaty with the British. This was not as well. Alright. Number 21. So which of the following did the I can't even see this word. What is word is this? It says which of the following did the amelioration? Oh, sorry, the amelioration. Yes, this word is not very clear. The amelioration measures of the 1823 are proposed, and it was no enslaved woman should be flogged. All right. Number 22. It says the main source of dispute between planters and farmer and slaves during apprenticeship was, and it was wages rate. Alright. Number 23. It says which of the following measures were provision of Emancipation Act? And for this one, compensation of 20 million pounds planter lost labor. Let me see. Apprentices to be paid work for done in the excess for 40.5 hours per week. And for saving banks would set up. None of the banks was set up. So it was compensation of 20 million pounds to planter for loss of labor, and then apprentices to be paid work done in excess of 40.5 hours per week. So the answer would be 2 and 3. Alright. Number 24. Let me get up there. Number 24. It says registered bill was intended to, it's either to prevent the illegal sales of the slave or register newborn slave only or minimize the punishment. And for this one, it has to do with all of them. Alright? Number 25. It says the British government was reluctant to authorize Africans immigration after the abolition of slavery, it was mainly because the scheme could lead to a new form of slavery. That one is a repeat as well. Number 26. It says a large number of immigrants into the British Caribbean during the 19th century came from, and most of them in the 19th century. Has to do with 1900 perhaps. So it's from Portugal, India, Chinese was from the Africans was from the 19th perhaps. So it has to do with Portugal. Alright. Number 27. It says which language did the indentured worker from Madeira bring to the British? And it was Madeira. They speak Portuguese. And for this one, guys, Portugal. For number 26, I'm not sure about this one, to be honest, because it was from the 19th century. We have the 17th century, perhaps we have India, and then we have the Chinese from the 18th to 1900. So it would be from the number of immigration from the 19th century, and it says into the British during the 19th century. I would work with the Africans, perhaps, for number 26, not Portugal. Alright? Let me know your feedback on that one, guys. Alright, number 28. It says Indian indentured labor was introduced into the British Caribbean in order to ease the labor shortage. Alright. Number 29. It says Guyana and Trinidad receive a larger number of Indians immigration than other country colonies, mainly because the planter both colony needs more labor, or these two wish to introduce new crops, or these prefers two colonies. And it has to do with the planter in both colonies need more laborers. Alright, number 30. It says most Chinese immigrants were bought in the British century during this period, and it was 1850 to 1900. Alright, 1850 to 1900. 1850 to 1900. From the 18th century to 19. Alright, so it was from the 1850 to 1900 perhaps. So we literally have to see the Chinese. So for this one, guys, I'm still trying to puzzle. For number 26, it says the largest number of immigrants into the British Caribbean during the 19th century came from, and it says during the 19th century. Alright, and the Chinese would end from 19th century, so it has to do with the Africans. Yes, it's right. Number 31, it says which of the following factors is most significant in explaining the colonial's office lack of support for the establishment of free villages? And it's supposed to be this desire to maintain labor for plantation. Alright, number 32, right here, it says the missionary helped the formerly enslaved person to establish a village mainly because they want to, and it's because they mainly want to facilitate churches and schools. Alright, number 33, it says which of the following was not a mean by which the formerly enslaved acquired land after emancipation and was receiving from the crown land? There's no way the government would give them the land. Alright, number 34, it says which group of territories contain the most crown land? And for this one, it has to do with Antigua. Let me see. British Guiana, Jamaica, Trinidad. For this one, it has to be C. Alright, British Guiana, Jamaica, and Trinidad. Alright, guys, number 35. So which of the following crops was most likely to be sold and pleasant? Right, and it was supposed to be sweet potatoes. Alright. Number 36. It says which of the following clauses Yes, clauses from Jones Act shows it was as restrictive as the as from the Foraker Act. I can't all see this word. What is this? F-O-R-A-K-A. What? F-O-R-A-K-E-R. Oh, the Foraker Act. This is so I can only see this, and it has to do with the this one has to do with the veto power was granted government of it's a veto power was granted to the governor of the territory. I can already see that, guys, very blurry. Sorry about that. Number 37. So which of the following was immediate cause of the United States declaring war against Spain in 1898? And it has to do with the U.S. main. The U.S. main was blown up in Havana Harbor. Number 38. It said which of the following outcomes was aim of the Monroe Doctrine? Alright, and for this one, it has to do with the United States would uphold independence. The territory or Puerto Rico would be protected by United States. And it has to do with, let me see this one. United States would uphold independence. It's the answer would either between B or D. And Puerto Rico, it says the Monroe Doctrine. Alright, and it has to do with D. I will go with D, guys. The United States would uphold independence of the Caribbean territory. Alright, let me see, number 40. Yes, 40. Yeah, number 40. It says, which of the following president of the United States responsible for the Good Neighbor policy? And for the Good Neighbor policy, it has to do with Franklin D. Roosevelt. Alright, Roosevelt. Number 41. It says the main reason for United States interest in the Panama in the first decade of the 20th century was, and it was mainly because to provide greater opportunities for trade. No, it's to improve the communication between Atlantic and Pacific. Alright. Number 41. There was what? 39. This was 39, this was 40, this was 41. So sorry. This paper is so much jumbling, guys. It's giving me a problem to analyze it. But anyways, let's get on with the answers. Number 41. Which of the following commissions was sent to investigate the condition in the Caribbean as a result of 1930 riots? And it has to do with the mine. Alright? Number 42. It says the most of the Caribbean political leaders in 1930s advocate constitutional changes mainly to, and this changes mainly to, and it has to do with to develop let's see, it says political leader. Most of the Caribbean political leader in the constitutional changes mainly to promote, let me see, obtain. This one is A, guys. I will go with A, to obtain independence. It's not, I will not go with C, to develop the colonies economical. No, I will not go with that one. If you have any different answer, guys, let me know in the comment section. Alright. Number 43. So, which of the following personalities was not directly associated with the riots of 1930 in the British Caribbean? Alright. And it was not, let me see, George Price of Belize, Clement of Plain, or Alexander Bustamante of Jamaica. And it has nothing to do with, I'll go with A, George Price of Belize. Alright. Number 44. It says, in which of the following territories was Elmer Francis an active trade unionist? And it has to do with Trinidad. Alright. Number 46. It says, in their efforts to improve working conditions around 1900, workers in the British Caribbean most often resort to strikes. Number 47. So, which of the following Caribbean territories were assimilated by France in 1946? And this one is Guadeloupe, French Guiana, and Saint Martinique. It's supposed to be Martinique. They just put Martinique. It's supposed to be Saint Martinique, perhaps. Alright. Number 48. It says, by the referendum of 1961, Jamaica decided to, and it was to withdraw from the Federation. Number 49. The first Caribbean country to gain independence. This one is very easy, and it was Haiti. Alright. Number 50. It's a which of the following Caribbean territories become a free associated state of United States, and it was Puerto Rico. Alright. Number 51. Which of the following individuals was not involved in the investigation of conditional in the British West Indies in 1930s? And it has nothing to do with Lloyd Mine. Alright. Number 52. In which area of the African continent was the Atlantic trade in the captive Africans mainly conducted? And it says was, and it has to do with West Africa. Right? We're almost there, guys. Number 56. The arrangement between, I can't really see this, guys, it's very blurry, but I will just get to the answer. The arrangement between and her colonies was called, and for this one, it's the tripartite kingdom. Right? This one is a repeat, guys. I can't really see that much, but it's a tripartite kingdom. Alright, number 54. Which of the following British Caribbean territories was first granted adult suffrage? And it was Jamaica. Alright, number 55. Universal suffrage may be described as the right of, and it's all citizens of the age to vote. Yes, this answer is right. All citizens of the specific age to vote. Number 56. It says Rastafarian belief emerged of king originate from the teaching of. It has nothing to do with Nelson Mandela. It has to do with Marcus Garvey. Alright? Number 57. We're almost there, guys. So, which of the following statements is true of Cuba in 1800? And it was the sugar production has become a major industry. Number 58. So, which of the following statements correctly compares indentured laborers and enslaved person at the time of slavery? And it has to do with enslaved person could not give evidence against their owner, also while the indentured laborers could. Alright, so it's C for that one. Number 59. It says the mercantilisms was the policy used by the England, France too, and it was supposed to control the trade concerning their colonies. Alright, last and final, guys, number 60. It says which of the following person was an important trade union leader in Ghana? Alright, so it has to do with, let me see on this one. Nothing to do with Fred Bird. It has nothing to do with Clement Payne. It has nothing to do with Robert Bradshaw. It has to do with Hubert Nathaniel Critchlow. Alright. But do further says, guys, thank all of you guys for watching the video. Make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for making it with CSEC Now. This is the History Paper 1 2023 June past paper. Without do further says, guys, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe. And thanks for making it with CSEC Now.